Hello everyone, welcome to the Spanish island of Fuerteventura, which is located in the capital city of Del Rosario. And we're going to do a little VFR flight around here in the Pawnee 36375 Brave. And it's a pretty clear day, just a little bit of clouds that we'll have to weave our way around, but should get a good view of the island and we'll give you a tour. So just to show you where it's located, it's right at right northwest of Africa in here, and it's a very popular destination for many Europeans to go on vacation to. So we're just going to depart here and just fly around the island and back to the airport. No VORs or anything, just going around, going out visual, and that'll just be what we'll do today, just to show off this great island that was done by MK Studios, which they did a fantastic job on. So here we are in the Pawnee, and we'll be on our way out. We're just going to wait for this bus to pass by, and we'll head out onto the taxiway. And then speaking of the taxiways, the detail here, I was actually very surprised. I got to use this at Cosford. MK Studios kind of shared a booth with FSElite, and I did get to use it, but I didn't get to really see the detail around the airport, and I was just kind of messing around doing, you know, just messing around, really, honestly, quickly, with the Phenom plane that they had loaded in. So I didn't get to see much, but the detail of this airport really surprised me, because it's above average of what you usually see. And one thing I like that they did is they actually put aircraft around the airport at the jetways parked, actual liveries that you would see there. Orbx likes to do that a lot, and I love when airport developers do that, because I don't always like to use traffic, so it's nice to have airplanes actually around the airport. You know, I don't like it filled with planes, but a few of them here and there is great. So got a whole bunch of those to look at, which looks very nice. Now the airport is great on frames per second. That's another great thing about it, and you can actually win this right now if you're watching this video in November of 2017. It's actually one of the prizes we're having right now in the giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, FSElite and Oz Flight Simmer, and you will be entered to win this airport, Envy Shade, and the Dash 8. So, you know, that might be something you're interested in doing, especially if you like this video, if you like this airport. You might want to enter that contest. So we're gonna head over to onto the taxiway now. This actually used to be a runway, and I couldn't figure out when it, switched to a taxiway, when they decided not to use this as a runway anymore. But you can see some of the markings where it used to, showing you where it used to be a runway. This airport opened in 1969, so it's been around for a long time. And so many trips out here, you know. If you go on FlightAware, there are so many routes that come here with airports that already own scenery too, so that's great. And I'm talking 737 flights, A320, so a lot of stuff. I think maybe for now, maybe, I'm not sure, I'll focus doing some flights around here. So we got the lights on, and make sure nobody's coming here off to our right. That's looking good. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I want to stay in this area for a little bit, do a couple of videos here, maybe fly in from Amsterdam, or out of this airport to Amsterdam, or somewhere else. There's so many routes, so I just gotta look up what to do. And actually, I think I know they modeled the night textures here very realistic, based on I guess photos and stuff from real life at night. So we'll have to do some night flying around here too. Maybe we can go out in the evening and check it out. But yeah, very promising stuff here, and a very excellent island. They did the whole island and the airport, so MK Studios did a fantastic job here. But alright, we're going to power up and take off, and I'll give you a tour around the island. just past 80 knots, so we're gonna rotate. Doesn't take much to get this plane up. This is the Alabeo PA36 375 Brave, in case you're interested. And we'll just depart straight out and go straight ahead. I have a final look of the airport off to the left. If you notice these frames, they are very smooth. Very good stuff. And then there's so much to look at on the ground. The textures are done very nice. We're just going to go up to 3,000 feet, and we'll stay there. That's low enough to see everything and high enough to be at a safe altitude. Now actually coming up on our left is the bride's whale skeleton, which is displayed. Not yet. It's going to be, you're actually not going to be able to see it. I think the wing is going to cover it. But they have that on display there. Couldn't find too much information about it, but I'm just going to point out the little landmark things about the island here. And I'll try to pronounce some of the names of things, but I just, you know, some of these terms are a little advanced for my Spanish knowledge. Yeah, I think we already passed the skeleton. It's right off to our left now, but we're covering it up. It'd be too small to see anyway, but it's just the general area of where it is. But yeah, if you're looking for a new place to fly, this is it. You know, so many destinations around here. Usually that's the problem. I'll buy an airport and then I look up, you know, the routes that actually go in and out, and it's usually not much. But this airport actually caught me by surprise because it's up there with Hawaii. This might be the European Hawaii, you know. Their Hawaii as you know, that's the vacation spot we have in America usually, especially if you're on the West Coast. A lot of West Coast people go over to Hawaii because it's just a 5-hour flight away. And we got some clouds up here we'll weave around. We may end up in a couple of clouds just for a few seconds at a time, but nothing too major. Creating some nice shadows on the ground. I have all the shadows turned on. If you haven't done that, I do recommend it. I have not seen a performance drop in doing so. I was always kind of scared of doing that. I would watch other people's settings videos and they wouldn't turn them on, and I thought there was some reason why, but at least with version 4, I've turned on all the shadows and it looks great now. It really takes the sim to another level when you have the proper shadows on your scenery and aircraft. So we have a split in between these two clouds. We'll just go right through them and back around. Always love that cool effect. The cloud getting chopped up by the propeller. And we can go right through these. Second video with this plane. The first one we actually did a crop dusting video, but this is the plane without the sprayers on it. It's just one of the liveries. I happen to like the yellow one the most, so I'm fine with the yellow. Got a few of these mountains. One of them looked like a volcano, but I couldn't find any information about that. This one up at our, what, 10 o'clock? It kind of looked like a volcano to me. So we have a natural park coming up. That'll be on our left. Everything's going to be on our left today, actually. Yeah, the name was, like I said, a little too advanced. I'm not going to, I don't want to butcher any of these names more than I probably already will do today. But yeah, it's a big beach over there. Once we get a little closer, I'll talk more about that. Once this cloud gets out of the way, we can see the island again. And there we go. Now, here is the natural park coming up here. They have a lot of sand dunes and beaches right in this area here. Now, I'm going to turn right and then drop my left wing so I can show you the two buildings they put in here. They have both the resorts. And those will be coming into view right now. So the one right there is Palace Trace Island, and then the one on the left is the Olivia Beach Resort. Both very beautiful resorts that give you access to the whole beach and the sand dunes. And then straight ahead is the city of Corralejo, which has a very nice water park in it, actually. I was looking at, and stuff like this is why I can see this island is a favorite vacation spot for everybody. And right there we have Island de Lobos on the right, which we're going to be flying right between the two islands right now, and then back around. But yeah, up on the left here, that little city you see there is Corralejo. It's got to be a fun place to live and visit. This side of the island seems to be the most happening, the most resorts, the most things that people would probably go on vacation to see. And then you probably drive off and see the national parks during your trip too. Let's get one last view. Dip the wing down so we can see. Very nice. Next we have some of the mountains and hills of the island. There's also a natural park over here, a rural park called Betancuria, which is somewhere in there. Couldn't figure out what the exact name of these hills are, but they look very cool. Almost looks like maybe a volcano formed some of this. I'm not sure, just by the pattern it looks like it to me. Usually when you see portions of islands that were formed by volcanoes, it kind of has this look to it. But yeah, this is on the other side of the island. We're coming back now towards the end. Well, we're not at the end yet, but we're getting close to it. A few more clouds on this side. And yeah, just another spot to do some new flights. This airport is actually about 18 gigs, to my surprise, when I installed it, which is quite a lot. Now we're getting real close to the end. All this is photoreal scenery, which looks fantastic. I'm wondering, it's probably possible to do some bush flying around here, and it looks like it would be a great place to do it. So maybe one of the flights I can do will be with the Piper Cub, and we can land on some of this stuff. We're in quite a thick cloud layer at the moment. Well, it's not that thick, it's kind of thin actually. See through it. And we just broke out. Active sky fades a lot nicer now when you leave the cloud. It used to just kind of flash from being in the cloud to not being in the cloud. It has a better fade to it now. Alright, now we're going to turn back kind of towards the airport where we took off from. Over here we have Olivia Natural Park. And I really like this turn here because you can see way down the mountain range and how they're set up. And the way they curve up is interesting too. It makes me wonder if water, the ocean, kind of formed that, broke some of that away. One of the great things with flight simulation is actually it inspires me to learn about, more about geography. I mean, I had no idea. I'd never heard of this island. I'm sure most people haven't heard of this island, especially the people who are from America. Probably have not heard of this place or know where it is. Most people can't even find Korea on a map. Never really took geography in school, in high school. There was a choice to take that or I don't remember. It was either that or psychology or something. I think it was that or psychology, and I took psychology, which is also important to understand. But I never really got a good geography lesson. But like I said, flight simulation inspires me to learn about it. Now this little village town over here, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like another happening area, a small beach. Look at the textures. Like I said, guys, this airport was surprisingly good. I was not, I'd never used an MK Studios project, but if this is how they're going to do their work, they are on the right track. I mean, they're going to be a great scenery developer. So now we're approaching the airport. It's a little ways down there, but we're on our way over. Sitting a little bit under 3,000 feet. I haven't flown a tail dragger in a few months, so it's fun to take this plane out. You can, at about 11 o'clock, you can see the runway right now. Down there, you can actually see the PAPI lights too. So you got some good visibility right now. This aircraft has easily become one of my favorite prop planes. It's only my second time flying it. But it's real good on frames, handles real well. And you can do crop dusting with it, which is pretty cool. Which I need to find some new locations to do crop dusting, because I want to keep doing that. Last time we did it in Ronnerville. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere in Colorado or maybe just keep it California, maybe do Napa now that I have Sonoma. Maybe we can do some crop dusting around there. Dust some grapes. I don't even know if they do that. Probably not. I don't know if they dust grapes. So we're starting to come down slowly. We're sitting right at the base of this cloud. I'm gonna stay at about 120 right now, otherwise it'll be the longest approach in the world if I go any slower. But this plane, you know, kind of slows down on the dime, so I'm not too concerned. We'll be landing in runway 1 again, which we also took off from. Don't get to land and take off from too many runway 1s. You know, usually it's like a 3-4, 3-3, 2-7. Those seem to be the runway headings usually. So just slowly starting to line up. And we'll slow down to 100. Oh, this airplane in particular, it doesn't really like you to cut the power. You know, once you're crossing the numbers to flare. Well, I guess because you're not flaring, it's probably because it's a tail dragger. I don't think you fly them like that, but when I was practicing with this, I kind of cut the power as we went over the numbers, and I forgot, yeah, you don't flare with them, but they kind of like stalled and dropped a little hard. So I'm just going to aim to keep the power on, but lightly, and see what we can do. Got some sailboats off to the right. Airport also has birds that fly around. They look pretty good too. Bet the plane spotting here is great. Probably annoying for these villagers though. They're right on the approach path. Alright, now all we have to do now is fly her in. And that'll conclude our tour here today. Stay down to about 80 knots. good so far. Just slightly above or below the glide slope, but that's okay. Plenty of runway. All right, here we go. I guess off to the left there you can turn around if you need to. But since we're parking way up there and nobody's on approach right now or taking off, we can just head down to the next taxiway. Stay tuned for the replay. We'll be showing that in just a few moments. We're just going to exit first and get settled, and we'll show you the replay. Here we go, we have one coming up here. The thing about this runway is there isn't too many taxiways. You know, entries or exits, and so you have to head down pretty far. Alright, let's have a look at that replay. Alright, we're going to make a right up here, back to where we started. I forgot to turn the lights off, but it's not like they're super bright or anything like with one of the bigger planes. And we'll just snag this spot up here. Try to get a good lineup. Plenty of room. And we'll stop right there. Some of the lights off before we shut the engine down. I don't have a checklist or anything, so we're just gonna pull switches, pull the mixture out, and prop down. Actually, should have got the rest of these lights off first. There we go. And not that, let's open the door and head out. Alright everybody, thanks for coming along on this tour today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys take care. I'll see you next time.